Good morning, South Anchorage High School. It is Wednesday, December 16th, 2020. It is the last show of the December month for The Den. Welcome to The Den at SAHS The Den. This is at wolverineden.org. Send in your questions in at southvote.com, which I actually think in show prep no one went to southvote.com to see what the questions look like. But nonetheless, we are here. It is the last time you will see the crew in the year 2020. So let's bring them in and say hello. Hello, crew. Welcome to the final show of The Den for 2020. Good news, it sounds like the series was taken on for another season, so you all have jobs in the January month. So yay, everybody. I guess that cliffhanger that we had planned for today doesn't have to happen. Everybody lives. No one's worried. Where's John? Oh, no. Where's John? Tune in next January to find out what happened to John. Well, let's take it to the crew. Crew, welcome to it. Let's go right to the skinny and the mini. Dr. Allman updates, and I bet there's a couple of them based on last night.
I think things just became a little more certain for us, is what I would basically say. I don't think anything has changed in the planning, which is actually a good thing. I'm going to take that as a victory. So the vast majority of South High School students will be in the current learning model through quarter three, which, of course, is good or bad news depending on where you stand on that particular issue. We will have a select few students coming back by invitation. As I've said before, those are mostly credit recovery and kids who've had a really, really hard time quarter three getting credit. And then we will be able to run some specialized programs on Wednesdays. It's an option. We'll figure those out probably in early January, or they're already under discussion right now. But all of those things are possible under our current mitigation plan. And then the plan is actually to restart middle school and high school on March 15th. So that would be right after spring break. And we all hope by that time that the vast majority of adults in your life have been vaccinated and gotten the two that they need to feel a little bit more safe, and that we can all live a somewhat normal school existence starting in March.
Holy crackerjack Batman. So I just want to take the opportunity to say, man, March. We've been doing this since March, folks. That's March. We've been doing this since March. We've been at this show. I've been all alone in this room. I haven't actually left this room since the end of spring break in March. I have a whole wardrobe over there, and I've been showering using the old fish water that was left in here, and I've been surviving off the fish flakes. But now there's a chance we're going to see each other and all hang out, and not even just a chance anymore. I think that's the big thing that came out of last night, and if you haven't watched it yet, everyone here can tune in because there's a link going into the chat. We'll talk more about it in a little bit. Last night's school board meeting. So the news is kind of that we have news, and we can actually say we have news. That's kind of the news, and that is different. It's something we haven't been used to. For a very long time, in fact, since March, it's always been, well, we don't really know. Well, we don't really know. We don't really know. We're going to think about this, but we don't really know. But now it's kind of like, we know. Hey, this is what's happening. And unless something like drastic happened, kind of what went on last night said, this is happening. And so check it out. Watch on your own. Decide for yourself if that's what happened, because I could be wrong. Look at me. I live in a studio alone since March. Apparently, I don't make the best decisions. So that's pretty fantastic, and we appreciate it. Did anyone pull up to see what kind of questions we have from South Vote? Nobody did they?
I checked, and we didn't have any new ones since the 8th.
So we're pretty rocking and rolling. And there's one piece of information that is very important for everyone to get out there. Seth's going to take that on. Seth, do you want to let us know that there is a question that we're really worried is going to pop up, and we won't be here to answer it for almost a month. So do you want to let us know what that question is or the answer to that question before it's asked?
Yeah, so photos for Virtual Picture Day are due tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
What day was that, Maddie?
The 17th?
Tomorrow.
That was tomorrow. That day was tomorrow. That's the day after today, which is 2 days after yesterday, which is the day before the day after tomorrow. That's tomorrow. And tomorrow happens to also be what, Ben?
Thursday.
Yeah, it definitely is Thursday. What else is it, Bria?
Oh, it's finals.
Oh, it's finals. What else is it, Patrick? If it's finals, it means what?
Last
The
quarter.
end of the quarter.
End of the quarter. It's the end of the quarter. Yes, that's like the word of the day. Anybody ever grow up watching Pee-wee's Playhouse? They had a word of the day. If somebody said it, everyone, whoa! We just did that, except it's end of the quarter. That's the word of the day. So, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is the end of the quarter, folks. That means you're all going to be free to sleep and not wake up and roll over and turn on your computer to go to class. So now we're rocking and rolling right along. So what is important about this digital virtual day, Seth? What do we need to do? How do we need to do it?
So there's a link that should be put into the chat right now, but basically you just put in your student ID and then you just take a selfie of yourself. And yeah.
Has anyone ever taken a selfie of someone else?
I mean,
And with that new language of the selfie being a picture of the self, what do we call it when we take a picture of someone else? Do we call it a someone else fee? A someone else fee? A someone elsey? A someone elsey? Is it a someone elsey? A frenzy?
Yeah.
A momsy? A dadsy? No? I don't know. I think it's something you guys need to work on over the break. I want an answer when we get back. This is very important. We're going to solve all the world's problems in here in the Den in January. It's going to be fantastic. Speaking of solving all the world's problems, of course, who do we go to when we want to solve the biggest problems in our life? We go to student government. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have a special announcement for you from student government. It has to do with tomorrow, which happens to be the last day of the quarter. It happens to be the day you need to get in your selfies, not your other personies. And Elliot's going to help us out with letting us know what is so important about tomorrow, Elliot.
So tomorrow,
Look
as
at the
many
way.
of you,
Hold on. You just do that again. Put the mic back and just slide it to you. You slide out. Do it right there. Oh, look. This made for TV radio host right there. There it is. Go.
so like Butterfield said, tomorrow is the last day of the core semester, and as many of you hopefully know, we've had a spirit week all week long, and Dr. Allman's already prepared for it because tomorrow we're gonna end it off strong with a festive sweater. And Butterfield, sorry, I was just looking down at Dr. Allman, so I guess you're the one who controls my grade, so I guess I should have gone to you first. But so that's tomorrow, and then today
I
if
can also
you-
make people not be able to see you anymore.
they can still hear me. So today, if you bought your class shirt, pickup is today from 1 to 2 in the student parking lot. We'll have tables, we'll have masks, follow all of the rules. And so pick it up from 1 to 2 in the student parking lot. And there might even be some candy to go along with it. Maybe.
Did you just bribe people to pick up the thing they paid for?
I can confirm or deny nothing.
I can confirm or deny nothing. You really took that to a whole new space. I just want to point that out right there. I can confirm or deny nothing. Okay, that sounds good. Hey, everybody. Just remember, wear your festive sweaters tomorrow. Make sure you stop by the school between, 1 and 2?
Yes, 1 and 2 in the student parking lot.
And I want to say that's today, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's today, like in an hour, right?
Yes.
So, you know what's going to happen is all you folks following on Instagram at SAHS.den, you're going to find out that we're going to put that out there for everybody, so you know that. And then you can take a picture of it and reshare it and share it again on another platform and then put yourself from a selfie into it and share it again, picking up your candy with your shirts.
And to be clear, 9th graders H Hall, 10th graders G Hall, 11th graders F Hall, 12th E Hall for social distancing purposes. So that is 9th H Hall, 10th G Hall, 11th F Hall, and 12th E Hall. And if you're looking at that carefully, that means reverse alphabetical by grade. So 9th start with the nearest academic entrance, seniors go to the furthest.
That's almost as bad as I can confirm nor deny nothing. I got to be honest. I'm really messed up right now. I kind of feel like a cow hanging on a wall. Is somebody putting that in the chat, by the way, on where people need to go? I think that's a valuable thing. Thank you for who's doing that right now. That is fantastic. Moving right along. Thank you, Elliot. It is always a pleasure having you to be here to represent student government. I hear there's good news about you next year in student government, or next quarter, or next semester, or next year. Do you know yet? What's the deal?
Probably next year.
What are you gonna do next year? What are you gonna try to do next year? What's the info? The 411, the down low.
Is it what I'm running for?
What are you running for?
Your executive president.
Executive president. Executive president. Hey everybody, Elliot's running for executive president. Guess who doesn't get to vote? Raise your hand if you don't get to vote. And why won't those other folks raising their hands get to vote?
Why won't they?
Why won't they get to vote? Tell me.
We are senior citizens.
Because what?
We won't be here.
They won't be here. Why won't they be here, Bria?
Because we're seniors. We're going to
Because
graduate.
seniors are going to graduate. And guess what day you're going to graduate, everybody? Does everybody know? Ben, when are you going to graduate? What day are you going to graduate?
I think it's May 14th.
May 14th, only the question that's been asked like 600 times this year, and we've answered now 10, but I just want to say one more time, you're all going to graduate on May 14th. It's going to be fantastic. I'm super stoked and happy for all of you. Thank you again. Bringing it over to Bria, because talking about big events and fun events and community events, Bria, you got a little info on something that happened this weekend that the Den got to support. What is that?
Yes, so this weekend on Sunday, we live streamed an event called Hanukkah on Fire. And it was a super cool opportunity for our crew to be able to live stream it. They were very, very grateful for our services, and we were very grateful that we got to help out and make this a possibility. And if you didn't get to watch that, the link is getting thrown into the chat right now. So you can go back and rewatch everything. There's lots of fun songs. There's a fire dancer. And it was just a really good experience, and we're very thankful that we got to be involved in it.
Yeah, it was super cool. And like, watching that feller not be able to grab his hat and then light himself on fire and then running around in circles screaming like a prepubescent like puppy, it was interesting. I bet that's the best way I can explain the squeal that would come out of that dude. Like, was kind of like that. Is that close? Does that sound about right? Yeah, it was great. You guys have to watch on your own. Let me know what you think. Thank you very much, Bria. We appreciate that. And then, if you wanted to have a shared experience, there is an experience coming up this weekend that I think is vital to every American. And if you're an American, you have to do what all Americans do, and that is participate in a very American thing. That very American thing is the drive-in theater at South Anchorage High School, where you can watch what great American Christmas film. Elliot, what film can we watch this weekend? What film? Yeah, you're too late, so I'm gonna kick it over to Seth. Seth, what films are playing this weekend? Specifically, what is the great American film that is playing this weekend?
All right, so Friday at 9 p.m., A Christmas Story is
A
playing.
Christmas Story. Patrick, what's playing on Saturday?
So on Saturday, we have at 6 we have Dr. Seuss's The Grinch, and then at 9 we have Venom.
At 9 we have Venom, and sorry I didn't have anything in show prep on who was talking, so I totally spaced it. So you both got the opportunity to talk about it, but Seth, I want to come back to you real quick. Have you seen A Christmas Story, Seth?
Yes, I see it every year on Christmas Eve.
And have you seen it on a big screen?
No, I haven't.
So would this be the first opportunity you've had in your lifetime to see this on a big screen?
Probably, yeah.
And
I'd say so.
If you desperately wanted to see it on the big screen, where could you go to get tickets?
PopUpDriveInAK.com.
PopUpDriveInAK.com, which I'm sure the link right now is getting put right into the chat. And it is most important that these are the last films that we're going to be hosting at South this year. Through December, this is it. This is the one. We're going to shut down so I can spend some time with my family on the weekends. Because guess what? Believe it or not, they miss me. I've been living here since March. They'd like me home. And the 19th, which happens to be my eldest's birthday, I get to go home afterwards and see my family. I'm kind of excited about that and spend, the holidays with them. Yay. Now, here's the deal, right, folks? We've been doing this all month long. You, the viewer of SAHS The Den, you voted at SAHS The Den on Instagram and decided that all of December's charity proceeds would go to a specific organization. That organization is Awake. And Maddie, what can you tell us a little bit about what Awake is so that folks know who they're supporting when they go out and enjoy a good time with friends and family?
Well, Awake is the Abused Women's Aid in Crisis, and it's an organization that gives shelter, housing, support, and special programs to the women in crisis. And it's a very, very good program for people. So we're all very proud that you guys chose to support them.
It's pretty super cool that I get to walk around my studio because I can't leave and be on phone calls with all the people I meet with on phone. And kind of be proud about the community that I belong to, that a group of people watching, a bunch of goofballs on YouTube decided to help out another group of people that really need help and made that choice. And I got to tell you, again, as we go out, one of those big holiday things that we do in our family every year, and I know you guys probably do something similar around the Thanksgiving time, is where everyone starts acting and talking about what are they thankful for, and then they all sit around a table and like, what are you thankful for? And it seems like they do it like once a year, and then they forget about it for a while. But like I got to tell you that lately I've been just super thankful to belong to a group of people like you and this bigger, larger community who really shows that when the chips are down, we know what we need to do to make the chips go back up, and I really dig it, and I appreciate everything. Speaking of Christmas traditions, if anyone was watching earlier on the denak.org, you would have noticed that we interviewed most of the people here today and talked about what they do that's strange on Christmas. So we suggest you go watch that episode at the denak.org and see all the weirdness that these people came up with, because I'm telling you, there's some weird stuff. But one thing we didn't get is Kate wasn't there to tell us. Kate, what is one weird thing that your family does during the holiday season? Can you name one for us, please?
My grandmother has a bright pink skinny Christmas tree, and every year we decorate it with like hot paint, like a fiery pink Christmas tree, and it's decorated with a whole bunch of random stuff. It's
fantastic.
A great Christmas tree.
I gotta ask this question. Have any of you ever read the books Pinkalicious? The Pinkalicious books. Have anyone ever been into that? There's a fantastic book of Pinkalicious where they have this giant pink tree, and like she convinces her whole family through logical arguments one at a time to abandon the green real tree and move into a pink tree. And it is just a beautiful book about the love of pink trees, and at the same time it's a great book to teach young children these days how to convince their parents to get what they want. So I suggest everyone goes out there and takes a look at it. It's a wonderful thing. And as always, we did have a school board meeting yesterday. We talked about it a couple times here in the show today. Be a responsible citizen as a student in ASD, or a teacher in ASD, or a parent who has a student or a teacher in ASD, or both, or whatever that is. Maybe you fit all those terms, and that's yada, yada, yada. Staff members, principals, janitors, everything else. You should be a responsible member of your community and watch your school board meetings, so we're doing you a favor. We are thinking ahead, and the link is going into the chat for a second time today, so if you haven't been keeping up with the governing body of your school district and how you spend your daily lives as either employee or student or parent of employee or student within the Anchorage School District, we suggest you watch it, and I think that's a great place to cut off. What do you have for the good of the order, folks? What do you got before we leave for the year? What do you want to say to your adoring public of like 12 people that are watching? I was right, 12 people. That's amazing. Right, I get an extra piece of fish food today. All right, so what do you have to say to the crowd that's been here every Wednesday since March, cheering you folks on?
When you go to follow the South Video Instagram at SAHS The Den, you should also follow the South Instagram at SAHS_official. There's a shameless plug to end the year off.
Yeah, I would say super shameless. I'm giving you an opportunity to thank everybody for watching the show, and you just slide in there this selfish self-promotion to another event and another group. Wow, I'm going to remember this, Elliot. You're getting a whole bunch of coal, and it's not in your stocking, homie. I'm just going to open up the roof and dump the dump truck right on top of you. It's just going to go. There it is. All right. Anyone else have something for the good of order? Maybe a shameless plug for a new business you're opening or something like that. What do you got?
I'll plug another business that's in the seniors' best interest to patronize, and that is make sure you get your cap and gown if you want to graduate in a cap and gown on the 14th. And the deadline is early January. I believe it's the 11th, jostens.com. I know we've said this here before, but please make sure you have the appropriate regalia for the occasion.
And make sure you can say the word regalia anytime someone asks you what you're wearing. I'm wearing the appropriate regalia. Hey, what are you doing? I'm going to the beach. What are you wearing? The appropriate regalia. I mean, from now on, that's the only way you're allowed to speak about clothing. From now on. That's a rule. All right, what else? Anyone else have something for the good of the order?
I'll take the bait and say thank you to all of the viewers.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Keep going. No, keep going. You better speaker than me, yeah.
No.
You have good words. All right.
Just thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And Hamburger, do you have anything to say to the public? That's sorry. It's not often I get to make cow noises on air. So I mean, really, in all reality, folks, I can make any noise I wanted on air. No one can stop me. They're all in a different place. They can't even touch me. The people who would stop me are in Texas. They can't even touch me. All right, so that's kind of how it was. Thank you to everyone out there in the wide world that has been watching us since March. We really appreciate it. We're really hoping, actually, that we have an interestingly new format coming into you on January. We're working on the details to make it happen, and we're really excited and proud if we can. So we're going to work hard to make that happen for you. Join us back when we get back in January. You'll hear, and if you don't know when we're going to be back on air, I guess it's a good time for you to get on Instagram and follow at SAHS The Den so that you can get the announcement when we head out there. See you at the movies this weekend. Go get your tickets at popupdrivein.ak.com. And as always, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, and keep your claws sharp, Wolverines.